guys, so it's been a while. We've had a lot going on, as you could have guessed, with summer harvesting and everything that I talked about in our last video. So today I'm going to update you. I'm going to walk around the farm. I'm going to show you what we have and just give you a good update and show you what we've been up to. So the first thing we did that happened quite a while ago, about a week ago now, yeah, a week ago today, we had our baby goats, and I'll go ahead and insert that footage here, and then I'll come back and I'll show you an update of them today. Alright, so we've been at a birthday party. We just got home and we noticed that Sadie had her babies. We haven't went down there to check on them yet. We're fixing to. I see that there's two, but we're gonna go check on her, make sure everything's good. We've only been gone a couple hours, so she's had them pretty recently. But we're gonna go check on them. We're excited to find out what they are, and for sure see how many there are.
I love them. Let me open the gate.
Oh my gosh, they're both black and white.
I'm Maui Jr.
It is Maui Jr. Look, his color is just like him. Who's that down there? Cora.
Can go out. Uncle Mommy.
Alright, here comes Mason. Means we can
Go.
go in now.
Moana, move. Move, Moana. Move, baby. Move. I knew she was gonna have her babies, because every single time we're going, baby.
Oh my goodness.
That's a little female.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
The white one?
Mm-hmm. That looks like a whole clean cow.
Oh my god. It's okay, Mama. It's okay.
Last time she had them while we was at the feed store. This time she had them on Nana's birthday.
Can tell she's not contracted anymore. She doesn't have, I don't think she has another one. These are already been dried off. Everything's cleaned up, or where she didn't have them right here, and she's moved them down here. But they're pretty much dry, and it's been raining, so but she's doing good. So far we know we have a little doeling. I'm not sure what the other one is yet. We'll check it in a minute. We're gonna get her some molasses water and some grain, and get them up to the barn, which is just what we normally do. We just normally take them up to the barn so that they're up there and she don't have to fool with trying to get them up there. But she's been really calm with the other dogs and the goats, which she normally is. She's probably already run them off from her. The way they're acting, they only come down here because we're down here. But they're kind of like a little skittish around her, so they know not to mess with Mama.
I love them.
It's okay. Alright, so they are so adorable and they're doing really well. We'll walk down there here in just a minute. First, I'm going to show you the garden and all its glory and what's going good and what's going bad, and all that, and show you what we've been canning and stuff like that. So let's just get on with it. Somebody had asked, I couldn't remember what these flowers were the other day when I was filming them, But now they're all bloomed all over. And these are my dahlias. So there's one, it's purple. This was my chamomile. Some of it is still blooming. And then my poppies, they were blooming really good. But a lot of them died off. I didn't get out here to film when they were nice and pretty. Here's a dahlia. There's a dahlia.
Sunflowers.
There's some sunflowers.
There's a bee.
The basil. I have pruned this basil almost every day, and I still just can't keep it from going.
Ooh, it's so cool
see.
to watch the bees.
But
Here.
there's the basil. The bees are doing good.
Yeah.
There's the dream zinnia that I just kind of planted here. These dahlias are so good to cut and take in the house. They stay beautiful forever. I've had one in there for like a week and it still isn't even shown any signs of wilting or anything. Right there you can see those red noodle beans. I feel like it's too late for them, but they're still going. Here's a look at the garden from up here. Let's go down there and see what's... Oh, look at this sage. It's really taken off. So the beans are done for, which we already knew that. Did you find a tomato?
There is red
And then
tomatoes.
here's the tomatoes. We just did a big harvest on the garden, so I don't know how much is out here. But there's still a lot of tomatoes that haven't ripened yet. I haven't got any San Marzanos, which is what these are. We really do not like this method of stringing. What? Right there? Okay, we'll be down there in just a second.
Still have been getting some of them,
Oh,
but
yes.
they're
Okay.
turning color.
But I have not been able to get out here and prune these like I normally do. You can see this one right here. It has some disease or damage, but that's fine. We still have a lot of tomatoes to put up from last year that I'm gonna get to. But we don't like this. See, they're falling over. We had a really bad windstorm yesterday. So what we get off these is what we get off of them. We're not going to dwell on it. It wasn't a good system. Essentially, we couldn't take care of the garden the way we wanted to, or we normally would. So, but we're still getting lots of tomatoes. We picked a huge basket the other day, and have already ate a lot of them. So we're very happy with that. We've also picked lots of peppers. We just did a big pepper harvest. They harvested all. I still see some bell peppers that need to be picked.
Yeah.
But I've got to pick these jalapenos. We did one round and did poppers with them, like jalapeno poppers. But I've got a lot on these to pick. My first pimentos are ready. They're in the house, waiting for me to can them. And then this is the cucumbers. These are the straight eights. These are the pickling cucumbers. You can see that they're diseased, and the bugs have got to them. But we have already canned a lot of pickles, and we've ate a ton of fresh cucumbers. And this year, with everything we've got going on, this is just how it's going to be. We've not sprayed anything in this garden, so getting tons of these. These are actually called Super Sweet 100s. There's tons on here, and we picked like a huge bucket full the other day, and Cora literally ate them within a few hours. Yeah, there's so many in here to pick. Look, Cora.
She loves tomatoes.
You want these? These are my purple peppers. We've harvested and put up a lot of those.
Mommy.
Apple,
Uh-huh.
they're not ripe yet, baby. You want these tomatoes? We've put up a lot of peppers in general, all of the types. Over here in my This is my little flower bed. This and this is dahlias, or actually all three of these are dahlias. These may be zinnias. I think these are zinnias. This, and this. So I've got four different colors right here. And then these are sunflowers. There's a sunflower. So you can tell I haven't weeded anything. I haven't been out here like I should. There's a cucumber. We just did a massive harvest of cucumbers. Okra through there, okra right here. We picked a small basket, enough to do a pint jar. We pickled it, but there's still more that's ready today. Then we have all this squash, and we have put up so much zucchini and squash, it's ridiculous. But the zucchini, thankfully, the zucchini is looking like it's done. There's just a couple more. Look at that guy. Can you see him? He is huge. But I've got lots of my spaghetti squashes still out here, and then I'll show you these guys. Been picking this patty pan squash, and then these are ones that just got too big for us, or too big for my liking. So they picked them and just left them laying here. We've got tons of that in the house too. But you can see all the vines are kind of dying. It's dying out. Lots of spaghetti squash though. Some really huge ones. There's so many spaghetti squash here that I couldn't even begin to count them. That one's getting pretty close. But they're everywhere. They really are everywhere in here. Alright, so that's a look at our garden. We'll go look at Riley's garden in just a minute. But while I'm down here, let me go ahead and introduce you to these new goats because they're so stinking cute. It is unreal. So they're both little doelings, which is really exciting because that's what we want. We didn't have to have another wether or buck on the farm.
Yeah.
So we got two little doelings. This is one.
Yes, we haven't picked out names for them yet.
Yeah.
So help us pick out names.
Yeah, if you got name suggestions, we will be open to it. We've just kind of been taking our time.
And
Here is the other one. She is the cutest because she's almost all white and black.
Yeah, but she doesn't like to be
Those
handled.
little dappled ears are adorable.
I know.
I think we may name her Bessie because she looks like a little Hereford cow.
Yes.
So that brings our total goats to 5, back up to 5. And yeah, they're doing really good. Mama's doing good.
Yeah. It's alright, it's alright. Calm down.
Enjoying having little goat kids on the farm because they're so fun to watch.
Yeah.
Alright, so Riley wants to take you and show you her garden, mainly her watermelons, which are growing really good. And so I'll let her go do that, and then I'll show you what all I've got canned this week.
Okay, so we're up here at my garden. So we got this one cucumber plant. It's got a little cucumber on it. We got my watermelon plant. They're crazy, but one watermelon plant that I want to show you is right here. Look at how big it is. It is huge. And this is all watermelons. Down through here. My tomatoes are doing good. They need stringed up. So yeah. I like the other tomatoes. I don't like these little tomatoes because they taste sour to me. I don't like them. I need to prune my basil. I have not got to do that because I've been doing with that. And up here I have my one pepper plant. It's been producing. This is the purple tomato. Purple ones. They're supposed to be completely like this, but this one has got dug into from our chickens. But here's a good look at my garden, and here's another big one. This one's pretty big. I'll show you it. There. But there's that.
Alright, so it started raining outside, and then we've got some pretty big storms coming through right now. So I came inside. I've got to go to work here in just a few minutes, but I'm going to go ahead and show you what all I've got canned and then what I plan to be canning in the next few days. So here's what I've got done. I got all of this like dusted and cleaned off because it was a mess. Got my canning stuff there. And then we got 12 pints of dilly beans, of green beans, with our garlic. And then we've got some pickles and some okra and some banana peppers. One thing of banana peppers, one thing of okra, and then the rest is pickles. We also froze. We always freeze our peppers, our bell peppers, so we just dice them up and freeze them. And that's what we do with our zucchini. We grate it and put it in the freezer in bags. So we got all that stored, and it's good to go, and I'll bake with it, or you can add it to like spaghetti or any kind of casserole and stuff like that. And then over here in the floor, we've got a big pile of squash, some potatoes I bought at the store, and then here's what's left of our tomatoes that the kids hadn't ate, and then we just been eating them, cutting up tomato sandwiches and stuff. So I've got all of that to put up, and up here I've got some of my pimentos that are getting fully ripe. They were still a little bit green, and I found that they've started to turn more red, so I'm just letting them hang out here. But they look really good. To do these, you've got to pressure can them, and there's not many here, so you just stew them in water, and I've never done that before, so I'm just getting to it when I can get to it. I've also got some red wine vinegar, so I want to do some pickled red onions and in the little jars. I was planning on doing that today, but I've already got to get to work in like a few minutes, so I am loving this ball canner that I bought, this water bath canner. Let me show you what it is, how I got it set up over here. Alright, so it's a little messy because we were canning last night and I hadn't like straightened anything up, and it's still got water in it, but I have it sitting over here. I have a towel under it because the sink tends to leak when people's washing dishes and stuff. But this is the base. It's nice and big. It's got like a steam rack in there, so you can do like lobster, crab, or whatever, or vegetables, and steam them. But that goes on top of your jars, and yeah, I'm really loving it. It's easy because you just literally turn it over here to canning. I put my jars in here to sterilize them. I love it because it's out of the way of my stove. I can cook supper or do other things on the stove, and when you have a little counter space, it opens up the stove to use as counter space. So I can set it back here where it's not in my way, and I am just loving it. Alright, so that is going to be it for today's video. I've got to get to work. I do want to ask you guys to pray for two people that are really important to me. One is my nephew Cole. He is in the hospital and pediatric unit. He has some really bad infections, some bacterial infections going on, and he needs your prayers. He turned 13 in the hospital yesterday, so just keep him in mind. And also, if you watch Art and Bree, you know Brianna from Art and Bree. She is in the hospital dealing with placenta previa, and it is a really scary situation. So go to her channel, watch their videos, watch their old videos, support them any way you can, but mostly by prayer. Pray. She has some things that she would like for you to pray for specifically, and if you go watch her last video, their last videos in the last few days, you'll kind of get an idea. But that's a scary situation as a doula. I've had clients that's had to go through that, and you know, just being a mom and being pregnant so many times, you hear about it. So I'm sure everybody has kind of been told about it in some way, but they're going through it with their twins. So just pray for them and keep them in your thoughts. But I'm gonna go get to work, and I'll see you guys soon. Promise we'll be getting some more videos out there pretty soon. It's been so hot that we haven't really been outside working, and I have been working, and it's, you know, I'm coming home at 9 o'clock to cook supper, so it's been a little stressful lately, but just hang in there, and thanks for watching and continue to be with us and let us share our lives with you guys. So have a good day, have a great weekend, and God bless.